Yes, brother, this is Shay. The video today is for you if you're a single guy and you're also experiencing sexual performance anxiety and erection problems. So I'm going to explain what usually happens when we're thinking about going on a date with somebody new, the type of thoughts that come into our mind, and what we're actually doing when we have these types of thoughts. Let me jump straight into it to give a bit more context. So let's say I am arranging a date to meet somebody this week. And then you may notice that a few days before that, you start to think in your mind, what if we get on well? And what if it leads to the next step? What if the person comes back to mine? And then we start to get intimate. And then what if I can't get hard? What if I can't stay hard? What if I'm trying to come up with reasons or apologizing? And we go into this future state of terror and fear. Like we imagine these images and scenes in our mind as if it's actually happening. What if I can't find the Viagra, or what if the Viagra doesn't work? All these types of questions. And then what if I fail? And then so we create this imaginary scene of terror. We flood our body with that feeling as if it's real. And then we constantly spend time in that fear state before the date. But I want to go back a step before that. And why do we do that? And by having these types of questions in our mind, we're reducing ourselves down to something. Let me explain. When I arrange a date, with somebody that I've never met before, or perhaps I've just met them once and this is the first time where we're going to be having a real, getting to know each other conversation, there are many possible outcomes that could lead to, right? This may be a friendship. This may be a romantic relationship. This may be a business relationship. It could be so many different things. And so when we come at it with this agenda of sexuality, what if I can't get hard, is implying that the whole thing is a sex thing anyway, right? We're reducing that person down to more of a sexual object. And in doing that, we're also reducing ourselves down to a sexual object or sex, right? When in fact, you have many different parts of you. Intimacy and sex is one part. There's also so many other parts that you have. And we just don't know where that relationship or that connection is going to go. Maybe it's intimacy, but maybe it's something totally different that we didn't expect. And so my point here is, if we go into a date with a mindset of sex, first of all, with an agenda of it going there, and then what if I can't get hard? So first, when we do that, we experience the terror. We experience the performance anxiety before it's even actually happening. So that's the first thing that is created as a result of doing that, going into a date with just thinking about sex. And the other thing is we're reducing the other person and ourselves down to it just being about sex. Right, but I believe you are much more of a person than that. The other person has many different sides to them compared to that. So what do we do? Well, it means that when arranging a date, instead of allowing the mind to wander to what if things get passionate, what if I can't get hard, instead of imagining those scenes, it's approaching it as, I'm looking forward to finding out about the many different sides that this person has, and understanding in which direction this could potentially go, whether it's friendship, business, romantic, whatever it may be. But it's coming at it with more intention of a broader perspective, right? Rather than this narrow one thing, what if it doesn't work when we have sex? So over the next week, I would like you to try that out. When arranging a new date or meeting someone for a second date or third date, I'd like you to go into this with a broader perspective of, I'm excited to see where this relationship, friendship goes. And in order to do that, we just have to spend time getting to know each other. Okay, maybe intimacy comes as part of it, but it's absolutely fine if it doesn't. And it certainly doesn't need to be the first thing that we think of to create this scary terror scene in our mind. So take that on. And if this tool has been helpful for you today, then below in the comments, I'm going to leave the link to my weekly Freedom newsletter, because every week I share tools like this, but in more depth, and also give you private access to a podcast recording as well. where you can learn more of these tools and then practice them in your life. So if that sounds good, so that you can ultimately overcome feelings of performance anxiety and not be fearful or embarrassed about what if I can't stay hard, because you have the right tools to get past this, then head below, click on that link. It will take you straight to the page to join the newsletter, and I'll see you there.